Hey guys, welcome back to Interim Gardens. My name's Jared and I'm currently located in West Central Florida, where I've been for the last year and a half. But my garden is located 600 miles north in Middle Tennessee. And on today's video, we're going to be visiting the garden for the first time. So we're going to be doing some garden cleanup. We're going to be checking on the fruit trees that we have on the property, and we're going to be planting 3 new fruit trees. So I invite you to tag along and join me on this. I hope you enjoy the video. Let's head up to Tennessee. All right guys, we made it to Tennessee. Let's take a look at the place. All right, walking toward the garden, we have this berry patch that has some blackberries and raspberries. I can immediately see these big weeds that have grown. This is some big tree growing in the middle there. Some blackberries of seasons past. Again, these are all just some sort of invasive tree that just grows everywhere. So we'll clean up this area. We got our lemon balm from last season, gone to seed. This stuff spreads like wild. And let's check out this garden. Okay. All right, so first we have here canna lily, I believe. Just needs to get cleaned up, that's fine. Trees are doing good. Here's the figs. This fig tree never really produced much. I think I'm just gonna take that thing out. We got some chickens here. Nice. All right, look at this place. Okay, looking good overall. Take a walk through. Well, first thing I notice is all the growth that has happened in the wood chips. Of course, that makes sense. You know, it's a perfect growing area for weeds and any plants, so you've got to keep those trimmed if you want to keep your wood chips paths clear. Oh, I got a walking onion. That looks good. And then this oregano really just taking over the place. And check this out. These are these blackberry lilies. This is a lily, and the seed pod's dry. Look like little blackberries. That's cool. That's growing here. Remember planting that? Lemon balm, that is just taking over the place. Smells really nice, but man, that is invasive. This is a little perennial bed, mostly just weeds. I see this comfrey also readily taken over. There's a big tree growing out here. That's the hops growing there. That's looking pretty good. This looks like a fennel. All right. Lemon balm again. That's just everywhere, man. Woo. You know what they say about mint, lemon balm, I guess oregano, these things, they spread, so you got to be just aware of that. This is all just lemon balm, literally just all lemon balm. Incredible. Yeah, this is just weeds and lemon balm. Here's a nice little bronze fennel growing in there. And, yep, there's weeds growing in the green stalk planter there. All right, well, I mean, garden grows, things just grow. Nature takes its course, and if you're not selecting what you want growing where, then, you know, nature decides. And What I can see is lemon balm is the king. I planted it just one spot over here, which before I left I did dig it up from this location, but as you can see it's just traveled everywhere. So lemon balm. What happens to the garden? Lemon balm happens. Just takes it over. I imagine it would be the same for mint, but I don't have any mint growing here. This gold flame honeysuckle. Oh, we do have our bleeding heart. That's very pretty. Glad to see that doing well. I mean, this looks like a lot of fun to me. This looks like a lot of work to do, but you know what? I'm looking forward to that. It's been a while. I've been living in an apartment in Florida, and I have not gotten to do any yard work like this, so I'm excited. I just wanted to get some good before and after footage for you. I'm not going to go too crazy. I only have a couple hours today, so I'm not going to do any planting or anything, but I am going to help clean up this space and at least give some other things a chance to grow and pull back that lemon balm a bit. But the place looks good overall. I just want to mention that the renters here are actually good friends of ours, so I really appreciate them taking care of the place. I don't want to in any way shame them or anything. They're not big gardeners themselves, so you know, this was a lot. It's a lot to leave a big garden like this to someone that, you know, maybe not as interested in gardening. So I in no way want to shame them. I appreciate them taking care of the place, and they've used it. Has some chickens, which I really love to see the chunnel being used, and so I appreciate our friends taking care of the place while we've been gone. I'm going to help them get it cleaned up. So let's do that. What I just found as I was cleaning that up. You guys know what this is? This is the top to a bunny nest. Don't want to disturb them. I don't think there's any babies in here, but oh yeah, you see how the mom's made a little nest in there. I don't see anything. I don't want to. This could have been from last year. But that's something you got to be careful of. Also, this is actually a good kind of testament to the importance of leaving your garden kind of wild like this, because what does it do? It provides shelter for different animals, different bugs. So there's definitely something to be said about not keeping your garden too clean for this very reason, especially over the winter months, because you're going to be helping provide habitats for all sorts of little life. That's good to know. All right, let's keep going. All right, that corner looks much better. And now, let's take care of this unsightly fig. We're just gonna chop this thing down. There's no coming back from that. The figs, you want to pretty much cut them down at the base because they'll regrow. Yeah. Let's get you chopping. So just to clarify, cutting the fig all the way down each year is not necessarily the best way to prune it. You know, if you have live growth, you might just trim it down to 2 or 3 main growing branches. This one is almost fully dead. That's why I'm cutting this one down. You know, I'll leave maybe a foot or so, but don't take that as blanket trimming advice for your fig. Check your zone. It's going to depend on your area, type of fig you have. But for where I am and this guy, we're taking it all the way down. I'm also very unhappy with this particular fig because we have never gotten any ripe fruit. It gets green and then it just doesn't ripen before the freeze. So think it's just maybe not the right location, not the right variety. I'm planning to just remove this whole thing when I get back, but for now, I'm just gonna take it all the way down. And we'll try something else next time. All right, the entryway looks a little bit better now. Now let's tackle some of the garden beds and wood chip cleanup. We're gonna start by just removing all the dead stuff first. Another bunny nest in here. Do you see it? Again, that was probably from last year. No one in there. But there's a little den. All right, I got most of the dead branches and stuff removed. Definitely looking cleaner. So the next step would be to come through and take out all the stuff that I don't want growing here, like weeds and all this dang lemon balm. But I don't really have time for that today. The main reason I came here was actually to plant some new fruit trees and to give you a little update on some of the fruit trees that I planted a couple years ago, so please stay tuned for that. But I am going to do a little bit of weeding. There's some stuff in here that I do want to get out sooner than later. So let's do a little bit of weeding and then we'll get to the fruit trees. Trimmed up this honeysuckle as well. Looking much better. All right, let's head to the front. All right, we're in the side yard. We're gonna get this cleaned up a little bit, and I got a couple helpers with me. Let's do it, boys. All right, so this right here is a giant tree.
Can I go? Oh! There's the salami.
Cut that, yep.
But now...
Alright, well, here's what we did so far. Still quite a bit left to do, but that's all I can do for now because we have a big thunderstorm rolling in, and I have 3 fruit trees I have to plant because I am leaving back to Florida very early tomorrow morning. My last and only chance. So we might be doing some planting in the rain, but let's get to it. Well, the rains have arrived. I'm currently waiting it out on the porch for now, but there's no sign of it letting up. But like I said, I have these 3 fruit trees that I have to plant, so what do? I'm gonna be planting in the rain. So just to give you an update of what I'm doing, I bought 3 pawpaw trees. So that's a fruit tree that is native to this area. I'll do a whole video on them. I haven't done a ton of research on them yet, but when I do, I'll do a whole video on the fruit. But I need to get them in the ground because, like I said, I'm heading back to Florida tomorrow morning, and I wanted to take advantage of being here for the short time to get them in the ground so we can have a nice head start for when we're back here at the end of the year. So I really don't have an option. I already bought them. The trees are sitting right there. I got some compost, got 3 pawpaw trees, and I want to get them in the ground, so might not get too much footage, but I got to get out there and I got to plant things. Now it seems kind of silly to be watering in the middle of a rainstorm, but we got to make sure these new trees are watered extra deep, make sure they have the best start at their new life. Let's do it. All right, I got all 3 of them planted despite the rain. And honestly, it actually was quite a lot of fun gardening in the rain like that. I do highly recommend it sometime. So here's pawpaw tree number 1. And the other 2 I'm planted back here on this slope. A little bit of an experiment. I think they'll be fine. I created a little berm, like a little raised area on the end to capture some of the water. They do like, you know, well-drained soil. So I think also this slant is going to help not pool too much water. It'll just flow down, and I think they'll get enough. I think they'll get enough sun. I think they'll get enough water. And I think they'll be just happy right there. 3 pawpaw trees. Let's go. And let me give you an update on 2 other fruit trees that I have here. So here on the other side of the creek is our Pakistani mulberry tree. So this was not fruiting when we were living here, so I have not ever actually seen any fruit on it, but I did notice, kind of hard to see here, but there's a bunch of these little, what look like fruits, obviously old dried fruit, but it looks like it did fruit in the fall. Maybe the tenants here, I think, probably were not aware of this fruit tree, and they looks like they didn't pick any of it, which is fine, but it looks like it did fruit. Oh man, look at that nasty callus, all that swinging, all that shoveling I just did in the rain. That was pretty intense, but look at that. So it looks like this is fruiting, so we'll see when we're back in the fall. Hopefully we'll get some fruits on that Pakistani mulberry. All right, and then on the back to the other side of the house we have a cherry tree. It's actually a 5-in-1. Check that out. It's right there. It's a 5-in-1 cherry tree I planted a while ago. It's nice and tall. It's growing well. Nice thick trunk. Ouch. Oh. Dang, that's a nasty spine. Whew. All right, let's go check it out. All right, here's the 5-in-1 cherry tree. So what this means, this is actually 5 different cherry varieties all grafted onto each other. Got some little cherry blossoms. See, I left on the little tags so you can see all the different varieties, but also never saw any fruit on this, so I don't know if it fruited last year at all, but hopefully it will fruit soon. I mean, it looks to be in good shape. It's flowering. Looks healthy. Nice thick trunk. So we'll see. Okay, back down to the other side of the creek, we do have a 5-in-1 apple tree down there. Let's take a look. So this is the back side of the property on the other side of the creek. It's absolutely wild. That all needs to be trimmed up, but that is a job for another day. And here is the 5-in-1 apple tree. Again, this is 5 different varieties grafted onto each other. And also, again, never saw any fruit. Actually, I did see some green apples, I guess a couple years ago, but no mature fruit. But it's also flowering and looks to be okay. I don't think it gets quite enough sunlight. It's pretty, you know, there's a lot of tree cover here. But here we go. All right, let's take a look. I cleaned up the front a little too. This is a cool witch hazel flowering nicely. And let's see, I cleaned up the front. This is all oregano again. It's just a beast. It smells really nice. This is a fig tree. Trim this up. I didn't get a before picture, but it was quite overgrown. Trim that up a bit. And there's Shadow, who doesn't remember me because I've been gone so long. He is quite angry. Well, that's it for today. We got a lot done despite the rain. It was so cool being back again and seeing the garden. I look forward to being back in the fall. I'll give you another update then. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm heading back down to Florida. Catch you on the next one.